Yes, hello there, people. This is my chance to try to give you a few of these articles of the day that will be interesting to you. I think we all know that the Pope resigned the last week, and it started a whole bunch of theories, conspiracy theories, and people speculating on this and that and the other. Now I've got this first page here is talking about the papal resignation, and it's just a few things here. It's a Wikipedia page. If you just look through the different list here of popes who have resigned, normally the pope stays in for life. I thought this would be just a little extra information for you, and would be interesting for you to know that this pope may be the first one that's done it in over 600 years, but there have been others. So going on to the next article, we have the prophecy of the popes. Now, most of you might have heard about this already, but this is talking about the this is talking about the prophecy of the popes, of the prophecy given to us by Saint Malachi in the 12th century. He was the Irish Archbishop of Armagh. And if you go down here to the bottom of the page, I'll add the links at the bottom, obviously, so you can check it out for yourself. But if you go down here to the bottom, you'll see popes and anti-popes, 1143 to 1590, pre-publication. So, and then you go on down here, and you can see their insignias over here on this side, the explanation of what was going on. Okay, and we'll go down here to something that's a little more modern. Then we're getting down here close to our time now. We're talking 15. Here we go. Here's the post-publication. Then we have here the same setup. And we're just going to go down to the very bottom because the last three are the ones we know. Now, if we talk about John Paul I, his sign was of the half moon. Right here you have it in Latin. And then here you would have his real name. This would be actually an explanation of what's going on with him, but he was only in the office 33 days. So then you have his family seal over here. If we go down to the next one, we will all know. This is Pope John Paul II. Name is Karol Wojtyla. It says from the labor of the sun, or of the eclipse of the sun, and this will be his in Latin, which is De Labora Solis. Then we can see down here an explanation when he was born, when his funeral was, and the connection to the eclipse of the sun. Then we have our present, or still present Pope, Pope Benedict XVI. His is Glory of the Olive, or Gloria Olivae. Then we have the explanation on here. We know that this has all been correct. This Saint Malachi has just hit the nail on the head every time. Now, what is important to see here is we have the last one, and it says Petrus Romanus, and it's got his definition here in Latin. Then down here it says Peter the Roman, who will pasture his sheep in many tribulations, and when these things are finished, the city of seven hills, i.e. Rome, will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people. The end. And that's exactly how Malachi wrote it. If you compare this to Bible prophecy, you'll see that this corresponds very, very well with the book of Romans, the book of Revelation. And then over here you have your explanation. I thought you guys would like to look into this and see what you think. Now we'll get on to some more articles here. We'll go to the American government is spraying chemicals on its citizens. And if you watch this little video here, it will kind of talk about that. And it says if you're afraid of foreign governments doing things to you, think again, your own government is actually doing their own testing on you. Check this out. If you don't know about chemtrails, do a little Googling, do a little checking out on some websites, you'll find out what's going on. Now, just to kind of back up some stuff here, we have 5 conspiracy theories which turned out to be true. And if you go down here, Tuskegee syphilis experiment, where they experimented on black people, giving them syphilis and then supposedly treating them for it and not actually doing anything for them just to see what would happen with them. This is a terrible thing they did. Operation Northwoods was talked about for years and years. Now it's come out it's true. This young lady here, if we all remember back before the Iraq War, and the Iraq War is talking about we had to go in there and stop Saddam Hussein because the Iraqi soldiers were going in and killing little babies and taking them out of the incubators and throwing them on the floor. Turns out to be wrong. Operation Paperclip, everybody's heard of that one. MK Ultra, everybody's heard of that one. So just check these out. This is just a little something to get you guys, show you that there is a pattern going on here, and we need to question everything. Then we have this guy here. Now, if you have children and you like children, you think they're just as innocent and they should stay that way, well, this is the kind of guy that needs to be locked up. This is Cardinal Roger Mahony. Roger Mahony, I forgive those who are angry at me for covering up child rape. Now, why in the world would you want to do that? Okay, listen, you've got to have some empathy in this life, but these people don't. Believe me, they are out for their own gains, and they are just going to do everything they want to until they're stopped on one way or the other. And that's not saying we should take the law in our own hands. That's just saying that we should pray that the Lord Jesus Christ will come back soon and set everything in the correct order, the way it was supposed to be. Going on to the next one, U.S. government bans conspiracy theorizing. Now, this is really nothing new because George W. Bush actually said something that we were not going to tolerate any conspiracy theories, and talking about 9/11 and the World Trade Center. And so that was about the time it was really started. And if you were talking about 9/11 and how did Building 7 fall and all the different things going on out there, you were considered a freak. So check this out. I'm sure you'll find it interesting. And pretty soon they're going to make this into a law, and they're going to call it hate speech and who knows what else. So let's go to the next one. The Mail Online. Coldest village in the world just got even colder. Weather takes turn for the worse. It's 71 degrees minus Celsius. Russian hamlet where even the planes can't land in winter. Now, I just thought this was interesting. There's a video here you can scroll down to see, but just looking at the pictures, you can see this is totally abnormal. Now, I'm living here in Europe, and it's been a kind of a cold winter, but nothing like this. So I just thought this would interest you guys. Now we're going to go on to the last article, and is talking about the last video actually. It's talking about how the Pope has just been given, shortly before his resignation, a seat over top of the traditional site of King David's tomb. And it's just outside of the city of David. And it means that he has a place to sit, and he'll be interfering, if you want to use that word, or he'll be going there and helping out in the region, is what they'll tell us. And we know that if going back to this article, when we know that Pope Benedict XVI is going to step down at the end of the month, that'll be the 28th of February 2013, then we know that the next Pope, providing this is true, will be Peter the Roman. And if this is true and it corresponds with the Bible, he will be the false prophet spoken of in the book of Revelation. So check these out. If you guys like this, just let me know. And I'd like to be putting up some important, interesting news articles every few days. And feel free to comment, subscribe, and just let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Take care, and keep looking up.